Hi, it's Jeff Mays. We talked about mindset yesterday, and I think it's important to figure out how to change your mindset. Sometimes it's harder than it seems. You think you should be able to just magically change your mindset by thinking different thoughts. Let me give you one idea. There's many ways to do it, but one idea that I use to help me change my mindset when I need to. And it's a really good way to do it. When you start to change your mindset, you need to come up with what you want different or what you want to be when it happens. So what I do is I write out a goal. And that goal then I capture and I modify it and I change it and I get it just to where I want it. And then I make a statement out of it. Now I make a statement and I write it down in my little book. I have a little book here that I write down every day my goal many times over. Now you may need to write it once, you may need to write it 100 times. But what you want to do is you want to have this goal, this new thing that you want, become so solid and so focused in your mind that there's no way that you can't do it. When you have something in your mind, which you think about, you bring about, but you've got to have something to think about, right? So as you write down the goal, you start out with a very positive affirmation. And that positive affirmation makes it in present tense. So when I start mine, I write out, I am so happy and grateful now that, and in my case, now that I live in perfect health and abundance. And then it goes on from there. So when you make that very positive, you put it in the present tense, you start to bring that goal forward. So what's the importance of that? Well, then I take it and I write down this little card. It's a goal card. And I write it down, and when I write it down, I put a date on it so that I can see it in the present tense or in the very near present tense. And I do the same thing. I'm so happy and grateful now that, and I write out my whole statement on this little card. So what happens? During the day, I start to get these negative thoughts. I start to get the feeling that I can't do what I want to do. All of us do that, so I think it's really common that all of a sudden you start to get into fear, and then you get distressed, and then it can lead to dis-ease, and the dis-ease can lead into disintegration. So you have to be careful with this. So you want to keep your mind constantly in that spot. So what happens? I start to feel fear. Let's say I'm talking to somebody and I mention to them, hey, I'm building this business worldwide. I'm going to make it happen. And it's going to be so cool because I'm going to be able to do things to help people everywhere. And they go, well, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. You're just one guy in your basement making a video. And I start to feel fear. My fear comes in and it says, he's right. I'm one guy in my basement. I'm trying to make a video. And all of a sudden, guess what I do? I pull out this card and I read it. I'm so happy and grateful now that. And I read it a few times over and over. And all of a sudden, my fear, my dis-ease turns into a positive thought. My mindset changes. So a little goal card can be a real key. It's a really simple little thing. You can write it out on an index card or take a piece of paper and cut it. But just write it out. And when you write it out, and then you carry it with you, and you reinforce it every day by writing it out many more times, maybe morning and night until you get it going perfect in your mind, it changes your mindset. Give it a try today. Write out a goal card, write out a goal, then write out a goal card, and just every time something comes up that's negative, that gives you that feeling that you can't do what it is you want to do, pull out the card. And then as you look at it again tomorrow, maybe you change what your goal is a little bit. Maybe you refine it some more. Maybe you put some more beautiful thought into it so that you can see it even better. Give it a try today. Let's talk tomorrow. Thanks so much.